the next part of my science project is going to be to make a list of all the materials that I need for my experiment. I need to think about this before I even begin, because I need to make sure that I can access all the materials that I need. If there's anything that I need to buy, which of course in this case I don't necessarily need to do that, but you know, I need to come up with a brain break. I need to figure out what materials I'm going to use to make sure that this goes the way that I want it to. So the more specific that you get on your materials, the better prepared that you are going to be when it's time to start your experiment. So I'm not going to get too much into detail, but I'm going to give you the understanding of what it is that I need to put here. Okay, so first of all, I know I need a group of students. So I'm going to say I have 25 students in my first period class, and I want to test this in the morning. So I'm going to have 25 students. I need a stopwatch or a timer. I'm going to put / stopwatch. So I need something that's going to measure time. I need the brain break, the materials for the brain break. So I'm going to have students do a matching game with terms and definitions for oceanography during our brain break. So this will allow us to move around the room, kind of get our brains a little separated, but still involved with what we are learning in a different way. So I'm going to need, vocabulary term cards. Let's say I'm going to do 13 of those. So I should put 13 vocabulary term cards. And then I need 13 definition cards. This is going to be in my classroom, so I need to make sure that I am available to get into my classroom. Obviously, I wouldn't be able to do this on a Saturday or Sunday or on a snow day or a holiday, because I won't have access to my classroom or access to my students for that matter. So I need to make sure I have my classroom environment. Okay. So that's how I'm going to do that. So I think that's enough materials for me. For my experiments, I'm going to go through here. If I were doing something that involved liquid, or if I was measuring the mass of something, I would need to make sure to include how many grams I was going to need of something, or how many liters I was going to need of something. And I was going to make sure to use the metric measurements, because in science we use metric measurements. We do not use US customary. So in my case, I'm using time, which is universal, so I'll be able to calculate I'll be able to calculate minutes and seconds. So those are my materials, and I'm going to go ahead again, take it to my teacher. She's going to go through and make sure that I have included everything that I'm going to need to help my project be successful.